Between these iconic hedges, the field where some of college football's greats have called home. Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, where these fans are ready to turn the dogs loose. Auburn will kick off to get us underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense will have the first possession of the game. This rivalry is intense, guys, but with all of the connections between the two, it's more like a family feud more so than a bitter war.
And for example, about the connections, Reese, how about Vince Dooley, longtime Georgia coach? He went to Auburn. How about great player Pat Dye, All-American at Georgia? Coaches at Auburn, the connections are real, the rivalry is real.
Not a lot of productivity on that last play. They'll try it again on 2nd and long from the 23. Got his man quickly. All the way out to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 15. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking for room. It's Hobbs. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Guys, only Minnesota and Wisconsin have played more often than Auburn and Georgia. This rivalry is rich in tradition.
And you're right, Reese. This goes back to 1892. A long time. This game has been heated. You know a bunch of the names, a bunch of the storylines. And speaking of storylines, how about the mascot for Georgia? Literally trying to bite an Auburn wide receiver. That's how real this rivalry is.
And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on 1st down. The play action fake. Got it behind the line. It's Hobbs. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early.
Got a lot of running room. And he'll finally slide after the long run. I'm not sure if he wanted to avoid the hit or he just got tired. The Bulldogs with the 1st and 10. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Quickly complete. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Dogs! And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board for me.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Tigers offense has its first opportunity of the day. When you have a weapon like this on the outside and a guy in the secondary whose job is to take everything away, it's going to be a great matchup, guys.
It's so fun to see how you attack great safeties in the middle of the field. Are you willing to do that? Try to live on the perimeter. This offensive matchup will be great.
Yeah, normally you'd say receiver versus safety, the receiver's going to win. This safety, though, has got the speed to run with this guy, and he's going to make it interesting then.
Auburn lines up quickly. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Off the play fake on 1st down. Lets it fly. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. 2nd and 10 after the previous play. He's looking to throw. Ball in the air. Intercepted. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Georgia! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return.
I love this free safety and how he plays center field, and oftentimes he's able to bait QBs into bad decisions. He did it right there. Made the quarterback think he was dropping one way, put his foot in the ground, got in front of that pass, and then showed you the wheels, returning it for a touchdown.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
He's got his man. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. First down here for the offense. He's looking to throw it. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on first down. The last time these two got together, the fans were feeling that War Eagle cry as Auburn won a close one.
And more importantly, Reese, the bragging rights that came with it. It was close, but they don't care. A win is a win, especially when Georgia's owned the series of late.
And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. This Auburn offense doing work. They're set up with another first down. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Single back formation, and they give it to it. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. On 4th and 7, analytics, gut feel, or maybe just wanting to keep the offense out there. They'll go for it. Off the RPO, throw right, looking for the change. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? First down for this offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. He'll come out throwing on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. Oh, what a cut! They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. A 1st down run in the red zone. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Now the play fake. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
In that 2nd down play, the defense, I think, was expecting pass. So you saw them come firing upfield. They use their speed. They use their athleticism. They win the one-on-ones, and they get a big-time sack.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And makes a grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. The play will stand.
And it's a nice toss in the back of the end zone. Give your receiver a chance to make a play, and you could tell he knew exactly where he was, got those tippy toes right down, inbounds for the touchdown reception.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Line gets set, first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. They're trying to get to it. And the defense gets to the quarterback. If there's ever been a position group that sort of identifies with the team's mascot, it would be the bulldog mentality of this Georgia front.
Those hunkering down dogs up front, they got to hunker down and stop the run and be physical. And then guess what? It gets into passing situations. Now I'm quick. Now I'm on the edge. Now I'm making that quarterback's life a living you-know-what.
He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. Auburn to the line in a hurry.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down, they get up.
Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Russo. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. The sweet feet keeping the play alive.
Hold it. Offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Pulls it in. It's Hobbs. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Georgia sends out the punt team. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
With jet sweep pass. On his feet at the 40. He's loose. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Hall. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Now they'll run it to the right here. He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. Got rid of it just in time. And they fail to hook up on third down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Slips through the line. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. The touchdown drive cut the deficit last time they had it. Forced the punt. Now a chance to really make this a football game.
And I think if you're the offensive coordinator here, you're revisiting that last drive and asking yourself, okay, what did I call? What worked? What can I keep dialing up so we can keep scoring?
Dang right, because you got the momentum. You're back in this football game. Everything is going your way. Your defense just contributed, so that lead they had, just keep chipping away, and who knows what will happen.
And now on second down for this offense. Running back goes in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Auburn lines up quickly.
You know, in the SEC, you're going to have to run the football if you're going to win games. And you can go on and on talking about great Auburn running backs back in the day, but right here, right now, if this team's going to win an SEC championship, they need to force-feed this guy the football, let him go to work.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Power football with the run. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down. The Tigers are on the move. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Now on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. They just finished off a 53-yard scoring drive. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. He'll bring it out. It's Hall. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Got it in the middle. It's Murphy. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man by himself. He's off to the races. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Dogs!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26.
Listen, they didn't get a huge play off of that, but I love the ability to show that and be able to show plays off of that jet motion and just show them you're willing to complete it. But, you know, get those little chunks at a time. It doesn't have to always be a home run. It's still a successful play.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
This could absolutely spin this game in another direction. They're going for it inside their own 30. It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on down. But this is just the type of field position this offense wants. Takes the handoff. It's Hobbs. Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. You're not getting him on the ground. Still on his feet. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. A 1st down run on the doorstep. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After getting nothing done on 1st down, 2nd and goal from the 6. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And he has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him. Now it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Starting to feel a little pressure. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia! The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably scored pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
They're bringing heat. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. He fires one deep down the right side. Man, that one is going to make this quarterback sick to his stomach. That's almost always automatic for him.
Yeah, that's pitch and catch. That's day one. When you go out and watch practice, the ball very rarely hits the ground unless you have a defender because these QBs and wide receivers are so good. But, man, just a mishap, a little overthrow.
He fires one deep over the middle. It's complete. A huge pickup. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Runs through a tackle. Gets it out fast. Off to the races to the right. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he got loose, it was all over. And the extra point is good, but they still trail 35-21. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Virginia Tech is putting on an offensive clinic. Almost feels like they were ready the moment they arrived at the stadium. They're up by 16 over the Sharks. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Stopped at the 28, but a big 15-yard pickup gives him some breathing room. Defense not showing press coverage. They'll throw it on first down. Fires to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. They'll line up for a second down play. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Picked off. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
What a big game-changing play. I love when you see defensive players, they jump on the ball like they were the offensive guy. So aggressive, going and getting that pick, creating some big mojo for your team.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Looking for a productive play on first down. Quarterback checking the play. They want to throw it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Wants to throw on second down. He's got him this time. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Auburn! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing, I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
He'll bring it out. It's Hall. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Using his legs, it's Hobbs. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And they'll take a knee. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. He gets a block. Oh, what vision. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers.
You can't start the second half any better than that. You're trying to come out of the locker room. You're trying to create some momentum. taking the first kick of the third quarter back for a touchdown, that is exactly what this head coach was looking for from his players.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking down the middle. A strike downfield. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. They don't seem interested in inching the ball down the field. That big play sets them up. 1st and 10 from the 36. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Oh, he makes the catch. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one. Offense gets set for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Trying to escape and get it himself. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the 1st down.
You complete some of these hitch throws early, you're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake that, and then the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the 1st down.
Just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward. Let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job. Nice execution. 1st down.
Going for 6. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him. They have been gang tackling him and getting a lot of penetration up front.
It's on target and complete. Oh, that move is going to leave them dizzy. Auburn to the line in a hurry.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
At the 45 on his way. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Quick completion to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when you start getting those long yardage situations.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. They knock him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down for Auburn. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They go to the ground. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Might be looking to run. He caught it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Trying to run it in. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I love the run game down here. I love being able to give it to a back and be able to trust him. Listen, he didn't have any touchdowns on the season, so I know he's wanting to punch one in. And down here, giving me the opportunity. Let me prove myself, so I love the big fella getting the football.
Touchdown, Auburn! And that one will give him the lead. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Complete downfield. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. From the gun, the ground game. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Now staring at a 3rd and short from the 40. Grabbed in the middle. It's long. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. Pulls it and fires to the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
Line getting set on 2nd down. On the run, it's Hobbs. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on 3rd down from the 45. They'll try to get it through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch. Their physical pass defense, it brings up a 4th down. Georgia sends out the punt team. He'll take it on the return. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk.
And the quarterback is snowed under. And the big dog got him again. And Georgia can be judicious when they blitz because they get pressure from the guys up front.
So nice having a defensive line that hunts. And year after year, Georgia finds these guys, but the double guys, the guys that can double sacks in a game, double-digit sacks in a season. These guys make your defense really special.
Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Unloads it left. He's got it. Open runway ahead. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Here comes the offense on first down. Leaves it with the running back. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. That's the end of the quarter, and Auburn has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Murphy. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Defense trying to come up with a stop on third and short from the 37. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Caught over the middle, it's Murphy. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets them a first at the 29. Use the play fake, now to throw. It's complete to the left. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chain.
And now he's in the 400 club, 400. That's a pretty good day at the office when you're putting up over 400 yards. This defense hadn't had a lot of answers.
Unleashes to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he knocks it through for the tie here in the fourth quarter. Coming down the stretch in the fourth, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. He's going to pass. Pressure coming. Gets open down the middle. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. On the move. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially in the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
Tackle is made right at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 4. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking for a gap. It's Branch. Pulled down after a pickup of 6, but he gets it inside the red zone. It's down at the 15. Third down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. And now this offense on 1st and goal has a chance to break the tie late.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
They keep pushing forward. Now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Touchdown, Tigers! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
Man, oh man, what a day. His 3rd touchdown rushing, showing you he's got a little bit of everything. And padding those stats, and all you fantasy football guys, you have my man at running back, that's a good day.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Hall. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
Ooh, I like that option play. I'd keep running that, too, because it's obvious. The defense right now is really keying in on this running back. That was a big point of emphasis for them all week long in practice, and it's opening up holes now for the quarterback to run.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. He wants to throw. Quick completion on the out. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. They just can't seem to cover this guy. He keeps getting open even when he's running out of space on the sideline.
Yeah, running out of space, they're still going to feature him. They see the matchup, and look at the balance and the coordination and just knowing where I'm out on the field to get the feet in bounds and secure the catch. What a play and what a day for this young man.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
And he breaks into the open. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Most important part of a clutch drive. Piece together some first downs. Get in position. And here they are on 1st and 10. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal. And guys, if they can make their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the 4th, and the stage will be set for a great finish. Let's it fly. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs.
And a really nice job understanding I got to get to that gap where there's a little bit of open space in the middle of the field when I run that post route. QB lays it out for him, and he catches it, gets 2 feet in bounds, in the end zone, touchdown.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you,
hit the afterburners, kid. He's inside the 40. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play.
How many ways can I get it to my guys who can fly, who are playmakers, and let them make big plays? This is another one you've seen. Catch the football, flip it ahead really quickly, get it to a burner, going full speed across the formation. He gets the edge, makes the big play.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. The lone back's got it. Finds a crease at the 20. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. A huge chance for points here on 3rd and goal, and if they can get it in, we might have ourselves a finish. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And that spin move kept the play alive and let this guy pick up a few extra yards. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They'll keep the kicker on the sideline, and the offense will try to get it done with a touchdown in the 4th quarter on 4th and goal. Around the corner, it's Branch. Touchdown! Final moments, they've taken the lead.
And man, this game has been awesome. Some back and forth. Now you take the lead late. Nice job by the offense. And now you just need your defense to come through for you. One more time. One stop. Less than a minute remaining. Go out there, finish this thing off.
And he's going to try to return this one. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position too, Reese. Don't let the moment get too big. Play within yourself, David, because this guy's practiced the situation before.
No doubt. Use the sidelines. They're your friend. I don't have to take deep shots. Throw beyond the 1st down marker so I can stop that clock for a little bit and possibly use my timeouts.
On 3rd down, going up top. Makes the grab. It's long. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. To the air on 1st down. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
And sometimes you got to know when to give it up, right? As a quarterback, you feel it. You can't hold it that second too long when bad things can really happen. You could tell the clock went off, and he was throwing that puppy away.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Got the quick pass. This guy is doing work on the outside, and the sweet toe tap to stay in bounds there.
How about the sweet feet? I mean, it's so hard to know where you're at on the sidelines and have good body control, and you could tell he did. Gets the feet down, secures the catch. That is a nice catch. Nice footwork, young fella.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. So with the late to just drain the clock in victory formation. The offense uses a timeout. 15 seconds left to play. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. They'll run it from the gun. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Timeout is called with just a single second left. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. And they'll line up for the field goal to try to tack a little onto the lead. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
They sure have. Man, they're just believing in themselves right now. This is a completely different looking